Let me start by showing you what's underneath this painted duct tape that's all over my kitchen counter. So I have this eyesore. It's been here forever. So somehow this broke over the time. It was actually broken before I think I even moved into this place. But I just kind of had it taped off for a while with some duct tape, basically to keep the sharp edges off. But you can see it's just several tiles got broken. Now normally there's only a few options of fixing this. Would be either to replace the whole countertop, to try and find somewhere close to the neighborhood of this tile. But as you can kind of see, it's kind of a two-tone, kind of a weird, very aged, probably, 80s or something like that. It would be near impossible to ever replace this or to get something that's going to match anyways. If I'm going to go on a scouting expedition for the next 5 weeks to try and find a match for this, I thought, hey, I wonder if I can get something close with my 3D printer. Let's give it a shot. As you can see, these corners have a raised edge, which I'm going to have to mimic with my 3D print. I was able to salvage one of the corner pieces, which I replicated on my iPad using Shaper 3D. So as I go to make some prints, after a couple of prototypes and a few test fits, I think I finally came up with a version that really works out well. So this was version 1, pretty good profile, but there's a little raised part on here. It didn't sit quite flush and there was a gap, so it just kind of fell in. This is version 2. I took the little thing off here. I added these little tabs. Fits better right here. Let's show you. So fits good there. Those little tabs hold it out away from the thing. Version 3 is going to have a little more round here because this is a lot more round. So I just changed that. So here's one of the original tiles in place. Here's the tile that's broken out. Here's the field tile, a little lighter. Here's an original print of just the white, and see the contrast. But I bought this filament the other day. It's actually called a silk white, and with the reflectiveness of it, actually looks pretty close to this, at least the under base. So I'm gonna get I have some spray paint that I'm gonna test. I'm gonna spray the edges and then spray this edge with that similar color and see what it looks like. But should blend pretty good, better than the white. Oops. Mixture of different colors. I dug through my paint supply and they kind of come close to about like this. So I'm going to use a combination of these colors. All right, so this is kind of like a sea of what I've gotten to. So, and you can see the filament, there was 2 different filaments that I was going to use. This happens to be silk. So this already has a sheen to it, which kind of like gives the glossy appearance. This was a standard. There's no appearance, but a couple of these, I tried a couple in this, and I tried a couple in this. And so my goal was to make this as an actual piece. This was one of the pieces that broke out. So I was able to salvage that enough that I got the shape down. that I wanted. So, and then here's some color variations that kind of mimic what I'm trying to get at here. So this is it's not even the same across even this versus this. Same tile, but they just different variations of it. I tried to mimic as best I can something close. So not too terrible. This is about the color sequence that I'm going to end up with. So I'm working with two 45-degree angles to get what I need, and so I'm going to split those up. So I end up cutting 4 tiles, about 22.5 degrees each, and they're going to end up to make the 45s. Like that, little space. Some of the grout lines actually remain intact, so I'm going to try not to disturb those too much when I go to space these out. Now to get that final fit, I did have to sand down a couple of the edges of the tile, and I also had to do a little modifying of the existing grout line. So I decided to use a sanded caulking, and this actually serves a couple of purposes. For one, I was able to get a color match, so that way it basically mimics the existing grout line that's there, and also it acts as a good bonding agent, so I can go ahead and use the caulking to adhere the tiles there, and also it'll make the good transition in between. And as I finish the placement, the blue tape will help keep the tiles in place while the caulking sets up overnight. And then once I'm done with that, the next day I can take off the tape and start caulking the joints. I do take my time at this step of the caulking process, because I do want the caulking to give the same appearance as the grout lines that are already there. And I'm actually happy this sanded caulking really does match up well with the existing grout. I think one of the coolest things is that, like some of the other things that I hope you'll check out on the channel, is I was able to take this project, put it to rest, get the countertop looking normal again. The 3D printer has been a great tool, and I look forward to many more projects with it. So follow me over there. Take a look.